Hello Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. This AQUA full moon tarot session is for anyone who identifies as a fire sign at mid-August 2019, of course, when this full moon in Aquarius is taking place. So we will see how these energies are affecting each fire sign energy. Again, anyone who identifies with the energy of Leo, Sagittarius, and then finally Aries. We will go in that order, and I will have the timestamps down below in the description and maybe the comments as well when I post yours, fire signs. So what has come through for the collective already is to keep in mind, be mindful of, particularly mindful of at this time, how your mentality, your thoughts, how you're thinking and what you're thinking about, how you're talking to yourself in your mind perhaps, but how that is affecting your physical well-being and reality. And then conversely, to also be mindful of how your physical health is currently affecting your mental health. And to keep in mind that this is a time when those things that we are imagining and those things that we dream of really can be grounded in reality if that is what we wish to do. And then for fire signs in particular, what comes through is the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Earth, the Queen of Air, Swords, and the Three of Water, the Three of Cups. So probably, in particular for fire signs, I think when I say keep in mind how your mentality, your thoughts are affecting your physical reality, I think in terms of how it is affecting you physically if you are being dishonest with someone in some way. The Ace of Swords also comes through reversed on the bottom of the deck, or if it's not you being dishonest, then probably in terms of how honest someone is being with you. There may be someone around you who you view as a friend or a friendly energy in some way. And so you want to see the best side of this person, and you may not see where someone is lying, someone is being dishonest with you. And I do think that things are about to come to light, that clarity is about to be had. I think that actually it just pains you to see the truth. But as the cards are laid, you know, this Queen of Swords who sees the truth and delivers the truth, she's looking right at this friendly group, this group of friendly energies of a time of celebration. So for some of you, this is finding you at a time of celebration otherwise, but I do see some dishonesty or some, at the very least, miscommunication, someone being indirect, and I think it just pains you to see that truth. But I do think it's going to be unavoidable. It's going to come to light, and it may even be connected to the fact that in terms of how you might be... how your physical well-being is directly affecting your mentality. Some of you may be giving too much energy to others where it is not deserved. too much time, too much money, too much of your resources, just too much energy in some form in general. And I do think that might be directly connected here, because when the Six of Pentacles shows up right like that, I also sense that you do know who to give your energy to, and you do know, just like, you do know who you should be giving your energy to at this time, who or what, and you can see the truth of even those close to you, even those that may be celebrating your wins with you, fire signs. So it's almost like you see that truth, and you do know who you should give your energy to, but you just, like I said, it just pains you to know that truth, and so you're almost trying not to, you're almost letting someone deceive you, if that's what's happening. Or you need a slight perspective shift so that you can see the deception, the lie clearly. Who's not being honest, or who's not being direct. And if you do see the lie or the deception, or you see where someone really needs told to respect your boundaries, or maybe to be cut out of your life even completely, sometimes when you see the Queen of Swords, then it may be you who is failing to be indirect. And you may be tired, drained energetically, wanting for some time to yourself, to meditate, to think, to get enough sleep, to take care of yourself through just time in solitude, physical exercise, having time to cook a nice meal, and know that you're eating right, and feel that burst of energy, because you continue to give to someone who is draining you in some way, draining you, your resources, your time, your energy, again, your money, your any resource of yours. And it may be the same individual, or from the same group of individuals. Of course, it's going to be slightly different for everyone. This is just what is coming through for fire signs in general. It may be someone who hasn't been exactly forthright with you, because maybe they have been jealous recently. Maybe you have had a lot to celebrate, and it could have, like we said, even been an energy, a person or people who celebrated with you once upon a time. Even not that long ago, but there may be some underlying jealousy. So, maybe, and maybe in relation to an air sign, specifically, fire signs, an Aquarian in particular, or a Libra or a Gemini, but we also may just be seeing that energy come through, because this is the Aquarius fixed air full moon that we are still experiencing the energy of. And so with that, we will move away from the messages for the collective and into a short reading for Leos, our first, at about 9:35. Okay, Leos, what messages want to come through for Leos specifically? At mid-August 2019, under the energy of the full moon in Aquarius. The Six of Cups, the Six of Chalices, the Six of Water comes through for you, Leos, suggesting that this is a time of nostalgia, remembrance, fond memories, perhaps spending time with a soulmate-like energy in your life, a divine connection, perhaps romantic, certainly loving, caring, maybe from your youth, your childhood, an energy that reminds you of a version of yourself at the same time. So there's nostalgia for both things, those events, those times spent with this person, but then also for that version of yourself, Leos. Now, you may just be spending time with this person in your thoughts, in your memories, in your mind, in your heart, in your dreams, in your astral travels, perhaps even, but you also may be actually seeing them, actually hearing from them, sending messages. That's possible for some as well, of course. We are still in, or just out of now, actually, the Mercury retrograde energy, Leos. So this is interesting because the post-shadow period really has just ended, and it seems that that energy is really potent and lingering for a lot of Leos at this time. Now, this energy that you're missing, that this version of yourself, this person from your past that you are reminiscing about with, walking down memory lane about with, this individual, this energy that you have this nostalgia for. It doesn't look like the two of you really are the best combination together. Was not the most harmonious combination, even though that the connection between the two of you was divine and certainly was intended to be in your life and to teach you both, at least you, Leos, some significant lessons, and so likely, both parties, of course. Someone is having trouble having patience with the other, perhaps, or someone is having trouble forgiving the other, perhaps. It would just be a very delicate operation for the two of you, your views, your personalities, your energies to mix together or remain together for very long. And it still wouldn't necessarily be stable for a home and family environment if this is a romantic interest. But that's not for all, wouldn't necessarily. But for some, it could be. It could just require a lot of work to find harmony between these two energies, to find balance between these two energies, for it to be a good environment for you and any others who would then share your home, share that family, perhaps even, again, if it's a romantic connection. So it's just a very delicate operation, a very tricky combination, and it really, for most, it reads like it's a bad combination, but that could also be saying that it was a bad combination, and it just would be very delicate to find the harmony here. That doesn't mean that it's not worth finding, and what this all seems to be about, Leos, is that there is some sort of forgiveness, absolution, and for a lot of you, reconciliation, a complete regeneration of something. A resurrection is the word I wanted, and I said reconciliation because that is what I was thinking. Because for and you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a romantic partnership, but yes, for a lot of you, I do think that that may be what it is. It's certainly, like I said, a loving connection, an emotional connection, a soulmate-like energy. Yeah, but I see a forgiveness, and two energies choosing to resurrect something. So maybe just a connection through forgiveness and release around this time of the full moon. But for some, it is a resurrection that looks much like a reconciliation, to people moving back in together, a relationship starting back up again. But I do think that it's paramount, regardless of whether this is a friendship, a working relationship, or a romantic one. I do think that it is paramount that that those of you who resonate recognize what was unmanageable about the combination before, why the combination was unmanageable before, why, as it was, the combination of the two of you, or of these personalities, could only be to teach you lessons, because it wasn't something, as we said earlier, that really could sustain, or welcome other energies to join. And it's just I think paramount that you recognize what that was, if you are going ahead with a resurrection in a physical daily life sense, much like a reconciliation, a reunion. It's important to say that it is a choice that both of you are making, and I see it leading to gains and success for you. So I do, you know, it's a choice for both of you to make together. You both have to make, and I see it leading to gains and success. And I think we will stop digging down into the deck there, Leos. But certainly the forgiveness and the absolution that comes with that forgiveness, the recognition that the sins in this situation are not unforgivable, is gorgeous and beautiful, regardless of whether there's a resurrection, like a reconciliation connected to it or not. Again, that may be why it needed to be said that it would have to be a choice that both parties would make, of course. So, Leos, that makes me think, you know, if you have felt like you've been caught up in Mercury retrograde energy, as far as getting in touch with exes, or having exes getting in touch with you, or just people, loved ones from your past in general, romantic or not, that it actually may be something, a soul tie, soulmate-like connection, bond, that it goes much deeper than just feeling or being manipulated by the energy of Mercury retrograde a little bit in some way. So Leos, I hope that the needed insight was able to reach you there, and that you will make very wise choices for yourselves as you move forward. And I love you. And with that, we will move on to Sagittarius. Hi, Sag. What is coming through for you? What messages do you need to hear at mid-August 2019 under the energy of the full moon in Aquarius? Sagittarians, thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. Thank you to those of you who donate to the channel as well. And If you are interested in a private session with me, just scroll down to the description box below. You can find all of the links and all of the information that you need there. Sagittarians, you do have a new earthly opportunity, a new earthly beginning, a new earthly offer, like a seed to be watered and nurtured at this time. If you choose to embark on that journey, if you choose to accept that offer or take that opportunity, and it looks like it's an offer from the divine for you to improve your physical well-being, your health, your wealth, through a new job opportunity, an opportunity for a raise, or to move house, or sometimes to start a new business venture of sorts, to start gaining resources in a new way, or just more resources, maybe an opportunity for more hours at work. These are just examples. It's going to... And it looks like you all are taking this offer, this opportunity, that you are starting something new, and it looks like it's going to be something that you make swift, speedy progress in, fast progress, expedited progress. And that might be burdensome for you. Maybe it is more hours at work, something like that. It may require a lot of communication. That might be how a lot of this progress is made, or how a lot of this work is done. And if there are a lot of messages being sent back and forth, a lot of conversations, a lot of phone calls in regards to whatever you're working on, however, again, you are improving your physical well-being, your material world situation, do be mindful that you could be trying to make progress so quickly. You can be, you might find yourself having such fast communication, such fast conversations, sending so many messages back and forth in some manner that you end up missing an important message, or miscommunicating an important message, either interpreting or trying to export a message in some way that just doesn't reach the person you're trying to get it to, or isn't phrased in the right way. Something like that. There's a miscommunication or a miscommunication, something to be mindful of. If there's a lot of expedited work happening, especially if there's a lot of messages being exchanged quickly, but even just if you're just rushed working on something, putting in a lot of hours, finding yourself tired when important communication is happening, because I do see that you may be exhausted, overburdened with the 10 of fire down here as well. But this is also the end of a spiritual journey for you. Some of you are being able to afford to invest in a new business opportunity at this time, because you're putting in so many hours of work somewhere, right? Something like that. And simultaneously, you're trying not to spend. You're trying to hold on to that which you make, that which you have left, after working all these hours and investing in a new business opportunity or a new earthly opportunity to improve your well-being, again, in a new home, something like that. And it's, it's almost like you're addicted to that pursuit, I think, Sag. Gaining more hours, gaining more money, being able to invest more, being able to eventually have more. But in the meantime, you're not allowing yourself enough rewards. You're just trying to hold on to what you have. And it's too much. The weight is too much. All the pressure of working so hard but not allowing yourself to see any of the fruits of your labor, I think, just focusing on resting up and getting back to work. And some of you maybe aren't getting enough rest either. keep in mind that meditation time, if you're really pressed for time, keep in mind that meditation time can be more restful than sleep. So if you have to cut your hours of sleep down, acknowledge that. And so then, if you cut a couple of hours of sleep out, then add 20 minutes to your meditation in the morning and in the evening. And, you're still gaining time, right? But you can also get more rest out of that meditation, especially depending on how often you normally need it and how often you normally do. So that can be, it could end up being really beneficial for you and giving you just as much focus and energy to put into all of these pursuits. So sometimes it's just a matter of rearranging. And I do think that there's a reason I dug down into the deck for you, Sages, and delivered all of that, because what's crossing this Eight of Pentacles is the Tower. So I think there is some truth that we've already uncovered down there that we've been talking about, that gets revealed here. This is a very profitable opportunity. Again, it's just the beginning. It's a seed. It needs to be watered. It needs to be nurtured. It does need to be given time and attention. But in trying to make progress so quickly, Sag, again, there may be a miscommunication, and when this truth is revealed, or the truth that you're going to buckle under this pressure of working so much and not allowing a break, or not allowing your purse strings to loosen at all, because all of your money is just tied up somewhere currently, if nothing else. It causes your current immediate situation to sort of fall apart, as is pictured here in this image on the Tower card. That doesn't mean that this opportunity, if it were, pursued, wouldn't, create stability and security for you, that it can't still be grown. But in this work, in this pursuit, as I said, you also find yourself at the end of a spiritual journey at the same time. And there is going to be a truth revealed, perhaps this communication, when it finally comes to light, if it's missed, that causes unexpected upheaval, that causes maybe multiple energies to leave your life at once. Maybe you have to leave a job you've been at, or the relationships in your life, the dynamics, who you spend a lot of time with shifts suddenly, drastically. Some news comes in at the same time, maybe connected to this work, but for some of you it may be something even, disconnected, but it's just going to cause that upheaval that's going to rock everything you're working on. And it comes naturally at the end of this cycle, this spiritual journey that you are coming to a close in. This does feel like a burden for a reason, because it is a path that you really need to walk on your own. But I think the reason that you might buckle under this weight is because, like I said, it's almost like an addiction for you at this point to continue to pursue this money and to continue to put these hours into working this hard. And you need some relief and some reward, and deserve it. And the divine is giving you one by revealing this very enlightening truth that will only ultimately cause you to create something more secure that is actually for you. These energies, these things that are falling away really aren't for you any longer, if they ever even were. And this enlightening truth, encourages your self-development, your evolution. And I think you're already working on that more secure new future. I think that's what this opportunity is that you're building on, that you're so committed to making this expedited progress in, right, Sag? And it's so exciting. And so the divine really is giving you a gift with that enlightening, but for a lot of you, shocking breakthrough. It is a breakthrough. And I hope that it's just something that rocks your world only in an exciting way, right? For some, it can just be a breakthrough that shakes everything up and changes your scenery and changes your relationships, because it changes you and it changes what's going to be happening in your daily life and what you're focused on. But for some, it will be something that's also shocking and rocks you in a way that causes a period of adjustment to take place, or a need to adjust. Sorry, Sag. But I think that is enough to get the message through here. And you know, if we are talking about a passion project, or again, just anything that involves a lot of communication to get the work done, we also may be talking here about you turning an offer down based on missed information or a miscommunication, and then coming to regret that, Sag. So just keep an eye out for that. And I hope the needed insight was able to reach you. I hope that you make wise choices for yourselves as you move forward and continue to enjoy the energy of the AQUA full moon. Allow yourself some rest, some break, some reward, as we said, Sag. I love you, and I will post another reading for you as soon as I can. With that, we will move on to Aries. Okay, Aries. What are the messages that need to come through for Aries at mid-August 2019 under the energy of the Aquarius full moon? The energy of the Aquarius full moon could have some of you or some people that you are interacting closely with feeling secretive, acting secretive, Aries. But truth is your first card out, what's covering you on the table, truth coming to light. So I do think that this secret will be revealed. For a lot of you, it is your truth. At this time, you are being extremely discerning about who you are sharing that truth with, Aries. A lot of you are having to be secretive, be sneaky, choose not to be completely forthright with certain energies, so that energies that are external to you, around you, in your environment, so that you can actually live your truth, express your truth fully, be your truth. You're just not able to be totally honest about it with someone. For others, like I said, while you're being very forthright and honest, I think you're going to see the truth soon that someone else is being secretive, maybe for that same reason around this time, Aries. But as you are living in your truth, acting on your beliefs, as I believe an authentic version of yourself, Aries, you find yourself celebrating with loved ones, familial energies, maybe just friends or coworkers, but likely energies that are very supportive and feel like friends and family, right? And they may be energies that you are collaborating with, that you work with, as we see the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Earth, sort of blanketing, covering, crowning the reading. And for others of you, a lot of you are just doing both right around this full moon time. You're splitting your time between, and probably that's a lot of the reason that you feel like you're living authentically as you in your truth, because you're splitting your time between celebrating with loved ones and doing the work that needs done. Some of you, like Sagittarius before you, may be being a little bit too conservative about your energy, your time, your resources, your money, your energy in general, and need to dedicate some time to meditation. That is what I see directly alleviating these doubts, fears, anxieties, restlessness, maybe even sleepless nights for some of you. You need a perspective shift that time in solitude and solemn contemplation and meditation can offer you, Aries. That will help you maintain this work and social life balance that it seems like you sort of naturally have going on currently. So with that, I do hope the needed insight was able to reach you, that you continue to make wise choices for yourselves moving forward. I love you. And if you are interested in a private reading, just scroll down to the description box below where you can find all of the information and links that you should need. Thank you so much for all of your support to LunarticksTarot, and I will post another reading for you as soon as I can. Enjoy the magical energy of the AQUA full moon.